Title of the paper is Microcontroller Architecture and Programming. Title of the unit is 8051 Architecture. Module name is Serial Data Input Output and Interrupts. Serial data input output. Computers must be able to communicate with other computers. One cost-effective way to communicate is to send and receive data bits serially. The 8051 has a serial data communication circuit that uses serial port buffer register represented as SBUF to hold the data, serial port control register SCON to control data communication, power control register PCON to control data rates, and two pins receive data RxD, that is port 3.0, and transmit data pin represented by TXD, that is port 3.1, which connects to the serial data network. The serial port buffer register SBUF, which is a special function register, is physically two registers. One is write only and is used to hold data to be transmitted out of 8051 via transmit data pin of 8051, that is pin TXD. The other is read only and is used to hold the received data from external sources via receive data pin of 805 represented as RxD pin 10, which is a port 3.0. Both these registers mutually use the address 99 hexa. There are four programmable modes for serial data communication that are chosen by setting the SM0 and SM1 bits in serial port control register SCON. Data transmission. Transmission of serial data begins anytime the data is returned to serial port buffer register. Transmit interrupt flag TI to serial port control register SCON will set the bit 1 when the data has been transmitted and signifies that serial port buffer register is empty for transmission purpose and that another byte can be sent. If the program fails to wait for transmit interrupt flag TI of serial port control register SCON and send the data to serial port buffer register, while previous data byte is in the process of being transmitted, the result will be unpredictable. A polite term for this action is garbage out. Data reception. Reception of serial data will begin if the receive enable bit REN in serial port control register is set to 1. In addition, receive interrupt flag RI in SCON register is set after data has been received. When RI flag is made equal to 0, prevents the reception of new data until the program has dealt with the old data, and thereafter reset RI flag is set to bit 1 for new reception. That is, RI flag must have been set by the program before the last bit is received, or the incoming data will be lost. Incoming data is not transferred to serial port buffer register until the last data bit has been received, so that the previous transmission can be read from serial port buffer register while new data is being received. Serial data transmission modes. The 8051 designer have included 4 modes of serial data transmission that enables data communication to be done in variety of ways and multiple of baud rates. Modes are deselected by the programmer by setting the mode bits SM0 and SM1 in serial port control register SCON. Let us see the first mode, that is mode 0. It is a serial data mode. Setting bits SM0 and SM1 as seen in the table of SCON register to binary 00 configures a serial port buffer register to receive or transmit 8 data bits using RxD pin, receive data for both receive and transmit function. Pin TXD, a transmit data, is connected to the internal shift frequency pulse source to supply shift pulses to external circuit. The shift frequency or the baud rate is set at 1/12 of the oscillator frequency. While transmitting, a data is shifted out of pin RxD sequentially. The data changes on the falling edge of the clock pulse. The system designer must design an external circuitry that receives this transmitted data to receive the data reliably based on this timing. Received data comes in on the same pin TXD pin and should be synchronized with the shift clock pulses. Data is shifted in to serial port buffer register on the rising edge of the shift clock. Mode 0 is not intended for data communication between the computers, but as a high-speed serial data collection method using discrete logic to achieve high data rates. The baud rate used in mode 0 is much higher than the standard rate. For example, for 6 MHz crystal, the shift rate will be 500 kHz. Let's go to serial data mode 1. It's known as standard UART mode. When SM0 and SM1 bits are set to 01 binary, serial buffer register becomes 10-bit full duplex receive transmitter that may receive and transmit data at the same time. Pin RxD receives all data while pin TXD transmits all data. I hope you can see pin number 10 as RxD and pin number 11 as TXD, receive and transmit data. Figure 2 shows the format of data word sent or received, transmitted or received. Transmitted data is sent as a start bit, as first bit, then 8 data bits with least significant bit being the first, that it becomes the second bit, then the rest of the bits of the data, and a stop bit as the 10th bit as shown on figure 2. The interrupt flag TI in SCON register is set once all 10 bits have been sent. Each bit interval is the inverse of baud rate frequency and each bit is maintained high or low over that interval. Now, while receiving, received data is obtained in the same order. Reception is triggered by the falling edge of the start bit and continues till the stop bit is true, that is 0 level. Of the original 10 bits received, the start bit is discarded. The 8 data bit goes to SBUF, that is a buffer, and stop data bit is saved in RB8 of SCON register, that is shown highlighted white in the display. RI bit of SCON register is set to 1, highlighted yellow in the display, indicating a new data byte has been received. Interrupt. A computer program has two ways to know the conditions that exist in internal and external circuits of 8051. One method uses software instructions that jump to subroutine on the states of flag and the port pins. The second method responds to hardware signal called the interrupt that forces the program to call a subroutine. Software technique use up the processor time that could be devoted to other tasks, while interrupt takes processor time only when action by the program is needed. As most of the applications of microcontroller involves responding to the events or situations quickly enough to control the environment that generates the events, generally this technique is termed as real-time programming. To give an example, if there is a fire in the surrounding, then the fire sensor will have to activate the microcontroller, and this then do the necessary action like putting the fire alarm, sending the SMS to the owner, to the fire services, etc. etc. The interrupts are often the only way in which real-time programming can be done successfully. Interrupts may be generated by internal chip operation or may be provided by external sources. Any such interrupt can cause the 8051 to perform a hardware call to interrupt handling subroutine that is located at a predetermined address in program memory. This address is set by the 8051 designer and not the programmer. 6 interrupts are provided in 8051. 3 of these are designed automatically by internal operations of timer flag 0, timer flag 1 and serial port interrupt RI or TI. 2 interrupts are triggered by external signals provided by a circuitry that is connected to pin interrupt 0 and pin interrupt 1 as shown in pin 12 and 13, that is port P3.2 and port 3.3 of the figure. Then lastly, we have a reset interrupt. All interrupt functions are under the control of the program. The programmer is able to alter the control bits in the interrupt enable register, i.e. the interrupt priority register, IP, and the timer control register, TCON, all residing as special function register. The program can block all or any combination of interrupt from acting on the program by suitably setting or clearing the bits in these registers. After the interrupt has been handled by the interrupt subroutine, which is placed by the programmer at the interrupt location in the program memory, the interrupted program must resume operation at the instructions where the interrupt took place. Program reassumption is done by storing the interrupted program counter address on the stack in the RAM before changing the program counter to the interrupt address in ROM. The program counter address will be restored from the stack after return interrupt instruction is executed at the end of interrupt subroutine. Timer flag interrupt. When a timer counter overflows, the corresponding timer flag TF0 or TF1, depending upon timer 0 or timer 1 is used, is set to 1. The flag is cleared to 0 when the resulting interrupt generates a program call to appropriate time subroutine in the memory. For example, if every after 1 second timer 0 overflows, this will set a flag TF0 to 1 and interrupt handler will direct it to serve the routine to give a beep sound. Thus, a beep will be generated every after 1 second while the microcontroller will be doing its normal processing. Serial port interrupt. If the data byte is received An interrupt bit RI is set to 1 in SCON register. When data byte has been transmitted, an interrupt bit TI is set in the SCON register. The program that handles serial data communication must reset RI or TI to 0 to enable the next data communication operation. Next, let us see external interrupts. The pin interrupt 0 and interrupt 1 are used by external circuitry. Inputs on these pins can be set the interrupt flag IE0 and IE1 in the TCON register to 1 by two different methods. The IE, that is either 0 or 1 flag, may be set when interrupt pin's signal reaches a low level, or the flag may be set when high to low transition takes place on the interrupt 0 or interrupt 1 pins. Bits IT0, that is interrupt 0, and IT1 in TCON register, that is a timer control register, is used to change this to different method. Flag IE1 and IE0 will be reset when an interrupt is accepted by the processor and interrupt subroutine is accessed. It is the responsibility of the system designer and the programmer to reset any level generated external interrupts after they are serviced by the program. The external circuit must remove the interrupt signal, that is a voltage or a pulse, before return interrupt instruction of the subroutine is executed. Failure to remove this pulse or a voltage will result in intermediate interrupt after return interrupt from the same source. A reset interrupt. A reset can be considered to be the ultimate interrupt because the program may not block the action of the voltage on reset pin. This type of interrupt is often called non-maskable because no combination of bits in any register can stop or mask the reset action. Unlike other interrupt, the program counter is not stored for later program reassumption. A reset is an absolute command to jump to the program address 0000 and commences running the program from the beginning. Whenever a high level is supplied to reset pin of 8051, it enters a reset condition. After reset pin is brought low, most of the internal register will have the default values. The books referred are shown on the display. Thank you very much.